Hi friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. So today we're going to have our discussion on the bracelet. These bracelets are seen at the bottom of your palm on the wrist portion. In the horizontal formation, like in someone's palm, you'll find it 1, 2 or 3 numbers. So this is not going to be a lengthy topic. We are going to just cover it in one single video only. It is a short video, and what I just wanted to clear you that when it comes to the significance of these bracelets, the Western palmists have not given it much significance. But when it comes to the Eastern and Hindu view on this, the Hindu palmists have done a lot of research on it. So let's just start our discussion on the bracelets. So the formation I have already told you. You will find it on the wrist, in 1, 2 or 3 numbers. Generally, ideally it has been seen that 3 remains to be the standard number of these bracelets. In rare cases, you will find it to be in 4 in numbers, and even finding it 2 would remain to be little bit of a variation. Otherwise, generally you will find 3 bracelets in someone's wrist. When it comes to the myth surrounding it, like the way at the time when we were discussing the union line, this line I have already explained to people that this line just tells about emotional attachments, strong emotional relationship. It has nothing to do with the number of marriages, like the way many amateurs do this, that 3 union lines means you are destined to have 3 marriage, 1 broken union line it means you are destined to have divorce. So same ways, because this line has brought maximum doubts to the authenticity of the science of palmistry. Same is the case with these bracelets, because many palmists, what they have done is that if you will refer to their books, their work, you will find them that they have related these bracelets with someone's age or longevity. So what they have done is that one bracelet, single bracelet, they have taken as 30 years of the age. So if someone has 3 bracelets, they have assumed that and interpreted that as someone is destined to live 90 years of the age. If some palmists have taken single bracelet as 25 years of the age. So according to them, if someone has 3 bracelets, that person is destined to live 75 years of age. So that is completely baseless. That has nothing to do with age and longevity. First of all, when it comes to age or longevity, this is something which is very unethical. As a palmist, what you can do is that you can just tell someone that these periods, some certain periods would remain to be the maximum vulnerable in terms of low vitality, in terms of vulnerability to health, as well as these are the diseases, these are the body organs where you are very weak or where you are very sensitive. Determining someone's age and longevity is something which is very unethical, against the law of the nature. So even when it comes to the age and longevity, there are certain other features and components of the hand which will give you that information in combination. But standalone, individually, these bracelets have nothing to do with the age and longevity. Now comes the significance of the top bracelet, because in the science of palmistry, the top bracelet has been given a lot of significance. Now why I say that, because the top bracelet chiefly tells about the strength of your abdominal organs. So your liver, your intestines, your stomach, bladder, gallbladder, and even the reproductive organs strength and constitution and condition can be checked from the top bracelet. That is the only reason why, because amongst all these bracelets, the top bracelet has been given maximum significance. So if you'll find it in a like the way any line gets judged, if you'll find the top bracelet to be in a deep and clear formation, this is an indication that someone's stomach, abdominal organs would remain to be immaculate, in a good state. Though with that said, we have to check the strength of the lifeline, we have to check the condition of the line of mercury, health line, if that is present on the palm. But yeah, chiefly this line tells about that, because if you'll just go by the palmistry lores, what they have described these bracelets as: health, wealth and wisdom. The first bracelet would tell you about your health, second would tell about your wealth, and third would tell about your wisdom. So I did a complete research on that. Whatsoever topic I present in front of you, I checked that topic in 10-15 different books. I even checked it on the palm prints which I have in my possession, and then I present it to you over here. So I did not get any evidence of these other 2 bracelets telling you about your wealth, and third bracelet were telling you about prosperity. Majority of the information regarding someone's abdominal organs we get from the top bracelet, like the way I've just explained to you people. And in ancient times, what used to happen, because there are certain combinations regarding childbearing, regarding problem having in women's case, difficulty in having childbearing and conception while having delivery. So what is the combination? See, there are like 3 signs present on the palm. First amongst that, the chief point is the top bracelet, which gives you that vital information about someone's reproductive capacity in a woman. So let's say, for example, if you'll find the top bracelet to be in a convex arch kind of formation, something like this. So this is the ideal state that the, see, this doesn't tell about the sterility. This just tells about if a woman is going to plan a baby, she would have little bit, she must have to face little bit of difficulties in childbearing while at the time of the delivery. So that is the only reason why in older times, older palmists, you know, kind of used to refrain women and girls with this kind of formation to marry, because at that point of time there were not much advancements in the science and in the surgery. So there used to be fear that women might not even able to endure the pain of childbearing. So that is the only reason why they used to bar girls with this kind of formation to marry. So when it comes to specifically the, you know, signs of, you know, 3 signs of trouble in childbearing, what has been, you know, what can be seen in the palm is, first being this. Second is any point of time, at the time of, you know, discussing line of Mercury, I have also explained that. Let's say for example, this is your headline and you have a line of Mercury going from over here. This is the line of Mercury, and here at the intersection of the line of Mercury and the headline, it is just getting a star kind of formation. A star is getting formed over here. And the third is this kind of, you know, horizontal line on the bottom of the mount of the Luna. So if in someone's palm, you know, these 3 signs are present, and when the 2 signs are present, then that lady, if she's going to plan a baby, she has to take proper medical advice, because having the presence of these 2 signs could relate to some kind of vulnerability related to difficulties at the time of planning a baby or delivering a baby. So this is what you can see as from the perspective of the medical palmistry. And even in the cases of, you know, men, this, if this kind of horizontal line formation could also indicate, you know, prostate related issues, or, you know, low vitality or low sperm count. So this is how we can relate these, you know, this interpret this top bracelet as. This convex arch of formation chiefly tells about the abdominal organs, and if found in this convex arch kind of formation would just relate to vulnerability to reproductive organs. Next is its relation, the relation of bracelets with the mounts. So, you know, one thing is that any point of time, let's say for example, this is your top bracelet. This is an ideal state that if you will find one kind of line going from here, from the top bracelet to the mount of the Luna, mount of the moon, which in any case represents, you know, imagination, restlessness, and it also tells about travels. So this can be looked at from the perspective of the travel. And like the way, you know, one thing which I want to clear is that when it comes to the concept of bracelets, it is very difficult to age those events, when those events are going to happen. The only thing which you can get to know, if there is a convex arch kind of pattern, difficulty in childbearing, vulnerability to stomach, abdominal organs, I have already explained to you. So the person just needs to give care to that particular portion. But unlike the way we read the lifeline headline, that we age the lines and we get to know that at particular this year and this month this event could happen, but that is very difficult in the case of these kind of bracelets, when you have to age the lines and predict the time of the event. So this can indicate travel. And you know what has been written in majority of the palmist book in comparison, in correlation with these bracelets with the mounts, is that what they have written is that a straight line from the top bracelet to the mount of Jupiter would indicate sea travel, travel via sea. A line from over here going to the mount of Saturn would also indicate, you know, rise in career due to some foreign journey. Same goes with line going to the mount of the Sun would indicate, you know, meeting some influential people, influential contacts at the time of travel. And going to the mount of Mercury would indicate, you know, sudden monetary gains. So you know how it can be related as and seen as that. See, we can't, if a line is going from over here, from the top bracelet, and it's reaching the mount of the Saturn, it would act as a line of Saturn. It would be seen as a fate line, not it would just tell about some a particular travel and a rise in career, a gain in career because of that travel. This line would just tell about a straight line from over here, top bracelet, going to the mount of Saturn would be seen as a fate line only. And as you people know, the longer the line is starting from the wrist and reaching the mount of Saturn, it would just tell about person, you know, being very focused and independently and building his career on his own, rather than being dependent on the case like somewhat when the fate line is starting from the mount of the Venus. This would just tell about support of the family in someone's career. And the line The line or fate line originating from the mount of the Luna would just indicate other people's support, support of the spouse in some building someone's career. You can just watch my series on the fate line on the line of Saturn. But how I can interpret as that any line originating from the top bracelet and reaching the mount of the Saturn will be treated as line of Saturn or fate line only. There is no separate interpretation that via sea travel person is going to get a boost in his career. Same ways, a line of Saturn, another line originating from the top bracelet and reaching the mount of the sun will be treated as a sun line only. And as you can interpret, someone who has this much of long sun line which is such a rare kind of formation, and someone who has such a long sun line that it is originating from the top bracelet and reaching till the mount of the sun. So this would just indicate all those child prodigies, all those people who get kind of fame and recognition early in their age, early in their teenage, in early youth, or that might also be represents that the person is born with great and magnanimous artistic and creative talents. Person is very brilliant and very perfectionist in his chosen field. But yeah, when it comes to the line going from over top bracelet and reaching the mount of the Mercury, in some cases it would just act as a sister line to the line of Mercury. So we already have, let's say for example, this is the line of Mercury, and also we have this kind of formation going from over here. So this will just act as a sister line to the line of Mercury, and it could indicate some kind of sudden monetary gain. So this is with its relation with the mounts. Now comes with the broken bracelet. So what has been found by the palmist in their research is that any point of time you will find, so like this is our heart line, this is our lifeline, this is our headline. What has been believed by many palmists is that, let's say for example, like the way I always tell you, in the science of palmistry, in astrology, there are some afflicted combinations, like 8th house is considered as malefic, 6th house, 12th house is considered as malefic, Mars, Saturn are considered as malefic. But when it comes to the art and science of hand reading, palm reading, the only thing which poses maximum threat is this middle finger, the mount of the Saturn, and any affliction even in the lines under this middle finger. So had the heart line be broken somewhere else, that could have been different kind of vulnerability, different kind of threats. But if the same line is broken under the middle finger, that remains to be a serious matter of concern. Same goes with the headline, same goes with the lifeline, and same goes with the bracelet as well. So if you'll find these 3 bracelets, and let's say in some cases it's 2 bracelet or 4 bracelet broken under the middle finger, and at the same place all the bracelets are broken, so this would just tell about someone would bring misfortune on his life because of his unethical acts, proud and high ego. So this is what this has been written and has been found by majority of the palmists in their research. Under the middle finger, if you find all the 3 bracelets broken, so this would just indicate some kind of misfortune brought by the native, by himself, by wrong unethical acts, ego and proud. Next is the relation with other lines. So not much has been written, but what has been found is that any point of time you'll find any line from over here, from the bracelet, coming and joining the lifeline. So this is not considered as good. Like the same way, line of Mercury, wheresoever it touches the lifeline, that remains to be a period of vulnerability to someone's health. Same ways, any line from the bracelet going and reaching the lifeline is not considered as good. And same is the way, let's say for example, rather than acting as a sister line to the line of Mercury, this is our line of Mercury, you will find any kind of wavy and kind of very thin and very badly formed, ill-formed line from the top bracelet coming and cutting the line of Mercury is also not considered as good. This is also considered as a sign of misfortune. And let's say for example, you'll find this kind of wavy line ending on the line of Mercury on an island, on a mole. This would aggravate the condition, the misfortune more. So this is not considered as good. You can age the line of Mercury, as in the case of the line of Mercury, we can age that, and that particular time would remain to be a matter of worry. Now last is particular certain symbols. So like the way I have told you, when it comes to inheritance, legacy, these bracelets, there plays a role. So what happens is, any point of time, first is a negative sign. Any point of time you'll find a kind of cross kind of pattern on the top bracelet. This is not considered as good. This also indicates misfortune or wrong kind of ill events in someone's life, this cross on the top bracelet. But let's say for example, you have found these kind of 3 patterns. First is angle, this kind of angle, triangle, and even in some cases the star on the top bracelet. These just indicate sudden gain, whether in the form of lottery, whether in the form of some legacy, some kind of inheritance, some kind of monetary gain. But yeah, these three symbols on the top bracelet just tells about someone getting monetary gain, inheritance, lottery, or some kind of big monetary amount. So this is the angle, this is the second is the triangle, and third is if you will find any kind of star kind of formation on the top bracelet. So this is all what I wanted to say on the bracelet. I hope you guys found this video informational. For further more updates and notification on palmistry, please subscribe my channel and like my Facebook page. Thanks.